Hello and welcome to Dog FCB and welcome to the preview of the biggest game on the planet. I honestly do not think, in terms of club games, there is anything bigger than this, not only in football, but you would struggle in any sport to find a rivalry as intense, as expensive as these teams are, and as absolutely crucial as this match always is in every season. This is El Clásico, and we are counting down to the biggest game in club football. Barcelona against Real Madrid, Saturday afternoon. It is going to war, and it's going to be an absolutely stunning game of football. And what we hope is that we start to close the gap. 6 points is what separates us between Real Madrid. A win for us would take us within 3 points of Los Blancos, and that is exactly what we need to do. Anything other than a win would be extremely unacceptable in the circumstances. Had we beaten Real Sociedad, or had we beaten Malaga the week before that, possibly then you could look at draws. But right now, in the situation that we are in, the only thing in our mind has to be to go and win that game. We have to win it, we have to be convincing, we've got to do well, we've got to play well. The most important thing is you've got to start the game well. You've got to go out there and show that whatever has happened in the past, whatever has gone on the last few weeks in terms of our performances, in terms of the tactics, the style, everything that's been talked about in the build-up to this game, you've got to put that to bed straight away. Those players have got to be on it. There's no, starting the game slowly or coming into the game in the second half. That can't happen. We've got to start the game from the very first whistle. Those players have got to be on it. They've got to be ready. They've got to know exactly what they're going to do in their minds. That has to be clear. I hope this week that Luis Enrique has made absolutely crystal clear what he wants from them. Every single player on that pitch should know their job right from the off. We shouldn't have to make changes throughout the game straight away because we know that things are going wrong. We need to be ready. We need to be absolutely set up perfectly to stop Real Madrid and to play our game and win the way that we know that we can. Because let's face it, Real Madrid are not some formidable opponent for us. That is not the case. We do not fear playing Real Madrid. And that's not an arrogant point of view. That is simply talking facts. In the last few meetings between us, ourselves and Real Madrid, out of the last 6 meetings, we have won 4 times. We are no longer scared of facing this team. We are no longer worried about facing it. The last game at the Camp Nou, we did lose it. That was when we had a big lead in La Liga. We bossed most of that game, but we lost it during the second half when we had a blip and we conceded 2 goals in that second half. Don't forget the Bernabeu at the start of last season when we blitzed Real Madrid 4-0. Absolutely sensational display. Most of that game played without Lionel Messi as well. Then there was the absolutely epic game at the Camp Nou, which really decided the title in 2015 when we won 2-1 thanks to Luis Suarez's goal. Then there was the match at the Bernabeu where Real Madrid beat us 3-1, which is Luis Enrique's first Clásico in charge as manager. And we have some absolutely fantastic historical matches against them. You think back to the 5-0 game at the Camp Nou. You think, like I just mentioned, the 4-0. There was, of course, the 6-2 victory. And there are so many games where we can really say that we did absolutely destroy Real Madrid. And that'll be in the minds of the Madrid boys, absolutely no doubt about that. They come to the Camp Nou in good form. Real Madrid have been playing, I wouldn't say well recently, but they've certainly been getting the results. They're 6 points clear. They're doing okay in the Champions League. They've been troubled a little bit by Borussia Dortmund there, but they're on an unbeaten run. They've not lost a game in a long time. They've got a lot of good results along the way. But like I say, it's much like us. They've not exactly been playing brilliant football. Zinedine Zidane is getting the results, but he certainly hasn't been convincing as of yet as Real Madrid coach in terms of his ideas and in terms of his tactical style. But going into this game, they come into it in much better form than we do. However, we are favourites. Make no doubt about that. We are at the Camp Nou. It's going to be ram-packed to the rafters. It's going to be 98,000 people singing, dancing, jumping. We've got our singing sector, which has been outstanding in recent weeks. The crowd need to get behind the players because every single advantage that we can have in this game, we've got to take advantage of that. The crowd have got to get into the game. They've got to lift the team. They've got to help the team. They've got to drag them along the line if they have to. There's going to be 98,000 fans. There's going to be a mosaic before the game tomorrow. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere, and it's going to be one of those games where you think, this is great. This is why we support football. This is why we follow the team, and this is what we want, what it's all about, because it's going to be a great game. It's 2 fantastically assembled teams. It's 2 teams that are probably 2 of the best teams in world football, and it is going to be going down tomorrow, and it is absolutely huge that we win this game. So in terms of the lineups, in terms of what Luis Enrique has at his disposal, The most important news of the whole week and in probably the whole month is that Andres Iniesta has been given the medical green light. He is fit to start the Clásico tomorrow, and I have absolutely no doubt that he will do, because we have been, without Iniesta, a broken team, a broken machine, a broken unit. We've been completely disorientated in midfield. We've been completely lack of control, lack of organisation, and everything starts with that man. He brings the ball at the back. He comes and receives the ball. He doesn't mind receiving it with his back to goal. He can get out of tight spaces. He can work the midfield. He's a leader. He organises the midfield. He organises the defence. He's a real leader in that team. He's got a lot of experience. We know exactly what he can do. He's a big game performer. He always performs in big games. And there's absolutely nothing that I would not trust Andres Iniesta with on a football pitch. He has everything in his power tomorrow to make the difference for us. And that is why I'm so confident going into this game. Iniesta, it's going to be his first game back. It's not ideal. Throw him straight into the Clásico. But he's been working now for a number of weeks. I think he will be 100% fit. I think he's been working out. He's been making sure that he's in perfect condition for this game. Of course, you can't compare overall fitness to match fitness. There is a big difference between those two. But I just hope that Iniesta's got enough in the tank tomorrow to just give us that bit of control back, that little bit of security in midfield, the fact that we can slow things down if we want to, the fact that we can just keep the ball and play around with it, keep possession, have a breather, and restructure. That's the most important thing. I think Iniesta tomorrow will give us that balance between attack and defence, and he'll be an absolutely vital part of that team. Two other players who were possible doubts ahead of this game, Gerard Piqué, straight after the Sociedad game, said, you know what, I'm going to be fine. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm playing in the Clásico. That's the kind of player that everybody should look at and say, look, that is an example. Gerard Piqué playing through the pain barrier. He's going to be there tomorrow. He's been playing for a long time now with hip trouble, but he doesn't care. He wants to be on that pitch. When he's on that pitch, he'll give absolutely everything for the team. And I have no doubt tomorrow that he again will be one of those big leaders, a lot of experience in this game. Particularly in El Clásico. He's been there for many of the historical victories. He will be at the heart of that defence, but who will he be alongside? Will it be Samuel Umtiti, who played a little bit against Hercules in midweek in the Copa del Rey? He again is back to match fitness now. He's free of his injury. Will he start alongside Gerard Piqué, or will it be Javier Mascherano? Who knows? I think Mascherano played a very, very big part in Real Sociedad's goal. It was his mistake which led to the opening goal for Sociedad. So there's a possibility there that Samuel Umtiti could come in, but is he fully fit? Is he match fit? That's the question that we need to be asking. And then finally, Jordi Alba as well. He picked up a knock and he went off in that game against Real Sociedad. And it's going to be very, very important that he's back and fit for El Clásico. And again, all signs point to him being fully fit and starting the game. And he'll be a vital player down that left-hand side, combining with Neymar, giving us that attacking threat. And the very, very important thing as well is Jordi Alba can go forward with a little bit of freedom. He's got the pace, he's got the ability to get back and forward. But the problem we had before was Gareth Bale. He was on that right-hand side. He was pushing Alba back at every opportunity, and he did expose him a few times in the last Clásico at the Camp Nou. The good thing about it is that Gareth Bale will not be on the pitch tomorrow. He's sidelined with an injury. He's going to be out for a few months. Sad news about that injury, but in terms of us going forward, him not being on the pitch tomorrow will be a significant advantage to us. Real Madrid's one of their best players for sure, and he will not be in the game tomorrow. Real Madrid line up pretty strong. They've got Ronaldo, who's been in decent goal-scoring form in recent weeks. I wouldn't say that he looks back to his best. He still, adapts that as sort of number 9 role. He doesn't also contribute in all fields of play, but he does get the goals. Lionel Messi, of course, he wasn't quite fit enough or well enough to start that game against Malaga a few weeks ago, but he bounced back against Real Sociedad with a goal. He'll be fit to start the game, and he will be the man that we'll be relying on. Lionel Messi, when it comes down to it, we've got so many fantastic players around him. We've got so many brilliant players who can influence this game, but when it comes down to it, you look at your best players to make the difference. Lionel Messi is the best player in the world, in my opinion, and it'll be down to him tomorrow, when all's said and done, to decide who wins this match. Piqué is a massive figure in the defence. Iniesta is a massive figure in that midfield and linking the two, but Lionel Messi is where everything goes down in the final third. Whether it's him going to be giving the key pass, the key assist to the goal, or whether it's going to be him getting on the final third, getting on the end of a pass and scoring the decisive goal, that's where the game is going to be won and lost. Is Lionel Messi going to have a good game? Is Luis Suarez and Neymar going to complement him and his abilities? Let's hope so, because we need this 3 points. We desperately need to win this game. I think tomorrow, form goes out the window. It's a huge game. game. There's going to be millions and millions around the world watching this game, tuning in, and there's going to be so many thousands live at the game as well. The form goes out the window. You go into this game with the right amount of confidence and self-confidence that you need. You go into it, you try your best, you put absolutely everything out there, you leave everything out there, you be brave, you be strong, you be confident, and these players know they've been in these experiences so many times in the past. They can win this game. They've got enough ability, they've got enough quality to go out there and beat this Real Madrid side, and I have to say, I think we will. We've had some sketchy moments in the past few weeks, but this team, I trust them, they'll pull together, they will play well. There's some very, very big figures coming back to this team, and we can do it. We can beat Real Madrid. It's all going down tomorrow. I will be here after the game. Let's hope that we're celebrating. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll see you very, very soon, but until then, as always, bring on the Clásico. Visca el Barça!